This has never been about running out of oil, this whole set of arguments. It's been about the failure of the complex systems that we depend on for daily life. The most impressive part of the situation at the moment is our failure to construct a coherent consensus about what's happening to us and what we're going to do about it.
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
A very interesting thing happened in the last couple of years. Those of us who were paying attention to the larger set of problems, what I have called the converging catastrophes, we began to understand that the conventional investment instruments like stocks and bonds really were not producing wealth over time. You know, if you look at the Dow Jones, for example, when you factor in inflation, it's hardly produced any wealth at all in the last 10 years. So what's happened, I think, in recognition of that was that people in the banking industry decided to create a whole body of new financial instruments, of mutant Frankenstein instruments that would produce wealth in a new way. And that new way would be getting something for nothing. A lot of people think we had a new economy in the last 20 years, you know, an information economy, a post-industrial economy, a service economy, a digital economy. What we had was a suburban sprawl building economy. And that's why we had a housing bubble in the USA, and that's why it blew up. The bottom line is that a tremendous amount of wealth is now flying out of the system into a black hole from which it will never emerge again. It will never come back. It will not be there to do the things that we hope that it would be there to do. When I go around the country, there's a great clamor for solutions. Whenever I hear that word solutions, it's always invariably in connection with the wish to keep all our stuff running. The suburban sprawl issue is really at the heart of this problem. I describe it lately as the greatest misallocation of resources in the history of the world, is because it represents a living arrangement with no future. The amount of delusional thinking that's being generated by this set of very vexing problems is staggering. There's understandably a wish to keep all the stuff running that we got up and running. That's the psychology of previous investment. I've gone to the Aspen Environmental Forum for the last 2 years. The cream of the environmental movement in the United States, and some from Canada too. The only conversation they want to have in the Aspen Environmental Institute is all the nifty new ways we're going to run our cars. I was invited to go to the Google headquarters and give a speech 3 years ago in Silicon Valley. And I went to their headquarters, which was an office park building in the suburbs. And the building was tricked out like a kindergarten. Okay, they got foosball games and knock hockey and ping pong and video terminal vibrating chairs and lucite boxes full of gummy bears and yogurt covered pretzels and other wholesome sweets. And then the senior engineers and executives came into the auditorium and they were dressed like skateboard rats. So this is the highest level of American high-tech enterprise. And I gave my talk on energy, and at the end, we did questions at the end, and there were no questions, there were just 17 comments. It was all the same comment, which was, we've got technology. They don't know the difference between technology and energy at the highest level of American corporate, and that's shocking. And that's where we're at in the U.S. You know, we're suffering from this tremendous techno-triumphalism and techno-grandiosity, thinking that we'll just tech our way out of this set of problems. Suburbia is going to fail massively. The excitement is over for everybody but the tarantulas. That's Las Vegas, by the way. Forget about it. They're done. Phoenix, don't think about retiring there or moving there. If your children are enjoying fantasies about going there, tell them to forget about it. We're done. The suburban project is over. Life is tragic, and history doesn't care if we pound our civilization down a rat hole. I think the young people especially are going to have to discover that hope is not something that is given to them by a politician or a corporation or anybody else. You know, the hope is something that you generate inside yourself by demonstrating to yourself that you're competent, that you understand the signals that are coming to you from the universe. And that's not good enough.